Alright y'all, happy new year, welcome back to the channel. In a previous video I said I was interviewing for a job and I can proudly say that I actually got that job. It's crazy. So in this video I'm going to be talking about how I got the job. I'm going to be talking about the salary of the job and just share all the things that I can share. I really want to be as transparent as possible with you guys, and I'll let you know like the reality of things, I feel like this video will be helpful for people who are looking to get into the field. Maybe if you're a junior dev looking for a job. These are just things that I experienced during my hiring process. And I just want to start this off by saying that I'm not special at all. I know so many better cracked devs compared to me. I'm just consistent with what I do, and if I could get a job, I feel like anyone can. But personally, I feel like I struggle with imposter syndrome. I don't feel like I've ever properly succeeded in anything in my life, so this was huge for me personally, because I don't really think I'm that special, I'm just a normal dude, right? Getting this job, I feel like, was one of the first like big successes that I've really had. Like, I cracked into it. So I just want you guys to keep it in mind that if you stay consistent in something, you'll eventually hit it. But yeah, let's get into the actual job itself. So the job I landed is a full stack engineer position. And for just overall context, right now I have about 2 years of job experience and a university degree. This job is technically still a junior role, but I'm completely okay with that. The unemployment rate here in Finland is really bad right now. Right now, it's actually the highest unemployment percentage in all of Europe, so yeah, it's pretty bad. It is really crazy that I landed this position while Finland is going through that. I don't know. I feel really lucky. And yeah, this job just gives me security and a lot of room to grow, and that matters to me a lot more than like a title of what role I am. I found the job posted in LinkedIn, and honestly, LinkedIn has pretty much been the only platform that I apply in. Most IT jobs get posted on LinkedIn, and I just haven't seen the need to use any other of the platforms. By the way, guys, I see a lot of those AI job application platforms being advertised on TikTok. Please keep in mind that those creators are being paid to actually make those videos. It's a new form companies used to advertise called UGC. Y'all gotta lock in and clock it so you guys don't just download those apps headlessly, because they're getting paid to post that. Now, I personally don't know if these apps are any good or not, but I just haven't felt the need to use them. I've just been fine with LinkedIn. So I applied to my position within about 24 hours of it being posted, and I immediately called my recruiter when it was listed that they were free to pick up the phone. We ended up speaking on the phone for about 20 minutes, and I really think that made a big difference. My name was memorized in the recruiter's head, and I believe that ended up leading me to get the invite to the actual first interview. So whenever I'm applying for anything, I always either email or just cold call the recruiter, even if they don't list any of their contact information on the job posting, because I truly believe that it is worth going the extra step. And guys, come on, they're really easy to find online if you just put some effort in. Now, some people don't like that, but from my experience, a lot of people do like it, that you take the extra step to contact them. So hey, I'll just take my chances on that. Yeah, I don't know, at least here in Finland, it really feels like you have to do the reaching out. The actual interview process had 3 parts. I had 1 online interview and then 2 on-site interviews. And I want to mention that during every single interview, I actually asked for feedback at the end. I think that's a really good habit to have, because I feel like it leaves this image of yourself that you're always trying to improve and you have the growth mindset. In the first interview, we talked about my past experience and the role itself. It wasn't anything crazy. The recruiter just got to know me and what I had been working on in the past. And after the interview, I actually got feedback that asking for feedback really left a good impression. So guys, lock in. And just remember that this whole interview process is you kind of selling yourself and selling your skills. And you gotta make it worth for the interviewer to take time out of their day to talk to you, and they need to know why they should pick you. So the first on-site interview was a one-on-one with the recruiter. And one thing worth mentioning, interviews in Finland are very different compared to the US. We don't really do leak code type of interviews here. It's mostly about system design, your actual experience, your portfolio, your understanding. They value that a lot more here than just being able to solve a few algorithms. So I'm really blessed that I don't really have to grind leak code to be able to get employed here. But yeah, I got to meet my recruiter in person, and we clicked socially a lot better than in Teams. I brought my laptop with me to showcase some of the projects I had going on. Then the recruiter asked me about my work on a much deeper level than on the online interview. I was also quizzed a lot about my knowledge and if I knew how systems worked and things like that. I got feedback that I was actually better in person than in online, which was a positive surprise for me and for them. So I was glad that they like me. And yeah, the stack at work actually uses .NET, and I have zero .NET or C# experience previously, and I admitted that to the recruiter, and I think they really appreciated me being honest that I just don't know any C#, right? But I put it forward that I was very eager to learn, and I showed them that I have the growth mindset. I feel like just being honest builds trust between both of you, so I think that's good. And later in the same week, I ended up getting an invite to the final interview actually. And yeah, the final interview, it was actually pretty similar to the second one. Similar questions. The recruiter just had another person at the team watching me and asking me questions and just making sure that I wasn't lying. I was giving solid, real answers, which I was. They just wanted to get a second opinion of me, and I guess it went well because I got an offer that same night. Basically, I got hired. So what do I think actually helped me get hired? Well, I don't think it was my coding skills at all. I literally admitted that I don't know .NET, right? So it couldn't be my technical skills alone. My theory for this is actually that companies just want people they can work with. Coding can be taught, but being a communicative human is very hard, and just being able to work with is very important for them. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm not the strongest engineer in the world. Like I've said before, there are so many better engineers than me, but I'm socially pretty strong. I feel like I can read the room, I'm honest, and I feel like I'm a pretty trustworthy person, and I think that's what's important for them. Like, I know how to ask help when I need help, you know? So being a good team player is very important for people, and just being a good human is how you build these relationships eventually. And also making these YouTube videos help. Like, I'm talking to the camera alone, but it helps me get better at speaking. I can just yap and ramble on forever if I wanted to, right? As I've mentioned previously, I'm putting myself out there. Even if I didn't get this specific job, maybe a recruiter in the future sees some of my videos and is interested in me. Like, you never know, right? So putting yourself out there, going out of your comfort zone, that's really important in my opinion. All right, let's get to the interesting part. Let's talk about salary. I know a lot of tech content focuses on 100 to 200k US salaries, but Europe and especially Finland is a lot different. So the work environment in Finland is better in my opinion than in the US, and the basic living costs are more stable, so salaries are lower. So keep in mind this is a junior job. My starting salary right now is 3.5k monthly, and I have a 6-month trial period to this job. So after 6 months, if they want to keep me, then my salary will rise to around 4k, I believe. And I'm only 22 years old right now. Even 3.5k a month is over the average that people make in Finland, so I'm very grateful. I'm grateful to even get this job in the situation that the world is in, right? Like, I feel blessed. I also have a side gig that brings extra income per month. I'll talk about that in a future video, but realistically, my total income is about 4k to 4.5k monthly, which is really good in my opinion. Now, I will make a full salary and expenses video later this year, so subscribe if you want to see that. I'll go over literally everything I spend my money on monthly, how much I earn monthly. I'll go through everything. As I mentioned, I want to be as transparent as I can be on this channel, so I'm laying it all out there, so maybe you guys can compare how much you earn. I'll go over all of that. So yeah, that was pretty much everything about the whole process. There's a lot happening in my life right now. So much change is going on. Like, I'm moving in a few weeks. Yeah, everything is kind of overwhelming me, but I'm very blessed to have this job. I'm really liking it so far, actually. I'm pretty happy that I got it. But yeah, I'm going to be documenting as much as I can of my life, obviously. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe. Next video will probably be about my new apartment. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.